Mr. Das will take, Bimbisar Das will take the first ground, a lack of jurisdiction.
Okay. Okay, Lordship.
ଟିକେ ରୁହନ୍ତୁ ଏଟା କଣ ଏଟା ମ୍ୟାଟରଟା?
Matter Lordship, illegally.
ଏଟା ये municipal act.
Yes, Lord. No, Lordship. Municipal act either नहीं.
Change of
either actually challenge करती थी तार जो illegally.
किसम परिवर्तन कोथरे अप्लाई करचंदी? OLR, OGLS, सर्वे सेटलमेंट कोथरे अप्लाई कले किसम परिवर्तन?
either हमें किसम परिवर्तन करिनु Lordship. एटा हमें चैलेंज
मोस्ट केमती इशू हो बताले.
एटा हमें चैलेंज करचो Lordship. Actually से only representation consider पे रही छे एटा.
नहीं representation जे you are an officer of the court.
Yes, Lordship.
You must pray for a order which makes sense. Otherwise everything becomes a laughing stock.
The only
prayer करचंदी representation रे कोन लिखचंदी? What you written in the representation?
The representation is that Lordship.
Yes.
To consider तो हमको inquiry ପାଇଁ कि हमको अछि representation for the inquiry and verify the documents which was illegally made for the mutation जो हम mutation टा हेची illegally हेची सेटा आगे सर्वसाधारण जमी थला.
So mutation is different. I don't have mutation, I don't think.
Illegally से ताना mutation
और some repetition रे आसी हो ना कौन? Some is encompass everything. I have a omnipresent yeah, so I am really feeling now confident, Mr. Samal. So आपण mutation हैला परे mutation को challenge करचंदी?
Mutation को हमें हैला challenge करनो.
Mutation appeal हबो सब कलेक्टर के पाखरे.
आगे
ऐसे.
It actually
what mandamus I can issue? I do not you mandamus to you for filing a petition or what?
No.
Not state.
Okay, Lordship, appropriate forum रे जिबे नले.
Yeah. You are making. You should not make compromise. You have to fight for your cause.
No, Lordship, the my only thing is that खाली representation consider करो जो तहसील को direction पाएंगे to inquire the matter.
Item 1 टा को mute कर दियो तू, madam करो, महांती का, yes. सुनंतु, you see it is if you are seeking a mandamus, it has to be enforcement of a right.
Yes.
Enforcement of right can be that inaction also invites mandamus.
Yes.
You do not say to the court that which officer or which authority is not acting, because you have to file a because you see omnibus allegation and general inquiry is not part of any right.
Yes,
suppose legally what you are saying is correct. Let us assume also that you are correct that wrongly somebody's name has been entered in the record of rights.
Yes.
So you have to seek the remedy in the revenue court, revenue authority.
Yes, before that, the Tahsildar ko direction is more remedy nahi bhi court.
But Tahsildar is yet to act upon anything. That is what I was telling you, that you have to have a serious. This is a serious thing. The High Court exercising 226 jurisdiction doesn't know what is happening and where it is happening. So you must please appreciate that.
Okay, Lord.
And Mr. Samal, J. Samal for the petitioner, Mr. Bimbisar Das AGA for the state. Hard लिखिए नहीं करे appearance लिखी दियो तो तापर appearance लिखिए clearly तापर लिखिए hybrid mode जेंती लिखा होची जानचंती. The learned counsel for the petitioner appears in VC and addresses arguments. It is submitted by the learned counsel for the petitioner that the petitioners are agreed by the recording of a particular plot number 2113, khata number 258, Mauja Baholda, district Mayurbhanj, belonging whereupon a dharmasala of the petitioners Samiti is situated, having been recorded in name of a person. And the learned AGA submits that since there is no specific reason stated regarding inaction of any authority, he has not been able to obtain instruction. The learned counsel for the petitioner seeks liberty to move the appropriate authority for redressal of the grievances. The learned counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioner shall move the appropriate authority for redressal of their grievances. Having heard learned counsel for the parties, the writ petition is disposed of. The petitioner shall, as stated, the petitioner shall approach the authority for redressal of their grievances. The last para lekhuntu, it is clarified that this court has not expressed any opinion regarding merits of the case, as well as the contentions of the parties. Yes.
Item to
Obliged, Lordship.
Yes, please. Mr. S.S. Bhuya for the
Yes, sir.
petitioner. Mr. AGA for the state. Yes. Yes, Mr. Bhuya.
My lord, the present petitioner is challenging the order by the annexure 5
Yes.
portion of it, because even though the revision was allowed in favor of the petitioner, the survey settlement authority has directed for the ROR to be prepared under Pottadar status, whereas the ROR previously created was under the Sthitivan status, and the Jamabandi was created in the Sthitivan status itself. And the rent was also fixed as per the Sthitivan status. Sthitivan status.
Yes, I'm issuing notice.
I'll take instruction on.
No, here, since it is certiorari, you have to obtain instruction and file it. Or because he's challenging the order of the Board of Revenue, member Board of Revenue.
Yes.
Alternate counsel for the petitioner. The petitioner is agreed by the order dated 6th September 2022. Filed in the revision case number, revision case, comma, or se colon de debe, revision case, colon, dekhi likhi paribe, page 27 re achi, OSS case number 195 of 2015. जो लिख ले order लिख ले, order dated 6th of September 2022, passed by the learned member Board of Revenue, Odisha. It is submitted by the learned counsel for the petitioner that the petition, the land in question that form the subject matter of the adjudication before in the revision case was recorded in name of the petitioner, status being Sthitivan.
In the name of the vendor of the petitioner.
In the name of the predecessor in interest, into bracket vendor of the petitioner,
The Sthitivan.
describing status as Sthitivan. What would be the translation of Sthitivan?
Sthitivan.
Sthitivan Odia kar diyantu, single inverted comma, Sthitivan. Also, what is the other point you raised apart from recorded being Sthitivan?
Sthitivan, the Jamabandi was also created under the Sthitivan.
The Jamabandi being single inverted comma. The Jamabandi prior to publication of the ROR was also narrated the status as Sthitivan. It is submitted. The order suffer, the impugned order suffers from grave error in fact and law by directing the status of the petitioner to be recorded as Pottadar. That is single inverted comma. Issue notice. The learned AGA, upon advance copy having been served, appears and waives notice on behalf of the opposite parties 1, 2, 4 and 5, because member is not necessary. Extra copy is necessary.
Necessary. One extra copy.
Let one extra copy be served. Different offices, but you have to utilize your LMS.
Yes.
Be served on the learned AGA, appearing for the opposite parties 1, 2, 4 and 5. The learned AGA shall obtain instruction and records for apprising the court and file affidavit if so advised for consideration of this court. Yes.
My lord, I have also filed an IA for not to take any coercive action against the petitioner.
Possession. Coercive action regarding
coercive action because पट्टादार हे गला now they can opt for resumption of the lease say angle ରୁ ପଳେଇଲେ
then no further action.
no further
The status quo will not help you because you are in possession.
act.
But still, IA 15942 flag area ଅଛି. Issue notice as above. The learned AGA appears and waives notice. Let one extra copy be served. As an interim measure, there shall be no further action pursuant to the impugned order dated so and so so and so. ऊपर जोटा लिखछंती till the next date of hearing. तापर लिख दो liberty to mention.
Item 3.
Liberty to mention for listing before the assigned bench. Three के mention कर लेगी, 4 mention करते ले.
Item 3, your lordship kindly see the prayer.
नाहंती ଆଉ time भी नहीं.
4 मास time मागितले in the meantime 2.5 मास गलानी.
हाँ. None appears for the petitioner when the matter is called to grant further opportunity. List next week. List next week.
Item 4.
For
My lord, on behalf of Mr. Bhagavan Vera, the
your
matter,
name, sir, I have forgotten. I'm sorry. ଆପଣ ନା ଭୁଲିଗଲି.
on behalf of Mr. Bhagavan
ଆପଣଙ୍କ ନାଁଟା କୁହନ୍ତୁ.
SK Biswal,
Mr. S.K. Biswal, on behalf of Bhagavan Behera for the petitioner, Mr. Bimbisar Das, AGA for the state. At appearance likely, the learned adjournment is sought for on behalf of the learned counsel for the petitioner. କେବେ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି?
next week, my lord.
As prayed for, list next week.
Item 5.
Obliged.
May I please
Morning,
your
Rai.
lordship- may I please your lordship, my lord?
How much time you seek?
My lord, I want only a week because my lord,
Mr.
is-
Luchan Panigrai for the petitioner, Mr. Bimbisar Das AGA for the state, hybrid लिखिबे जेंति लेखा होची. The learned counsel for the petitioner, Mr. Panigrai, appears at the virtual court, High Court of Orissa, Puri, and addresses argument. The learned counsel seeks for 1 week time to obtain instruction. Next week or 1 week after?
next week, my lord, next week, my lord.
As prayed for, list next week.
Item 6.
So, Samal.
May I please, Your Honor? My lord, the petitioner purchased the land to the opposite party number 4 on 4/3/2005.
Yes.
File a petition before the opposite party number 3 to record the land. But the Tahsildar did not record the land in favor of the
Mutation case पढ़िची. They reference ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି. कौन ताले? Again, I have been discussing with Mr. Samal. Make whatever deliberation. It is very serious. It's very sharp and
directing the petitioner file a
you do not know what case has been instituted. Cell deed ପରେ କଣ ହୁଏ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି ତ?
mutation.
କଣ ହବ?
Mutation ଟା
ହଁ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ତାକୁ କେଜାର ନାମଜାରି କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ କେଜାର ଆଉ କଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ସେ କେସ୍ ନମ୍ବର କାଇଁ କଣ ଅଛି ମୁଁ କଣ କହିବି ମିଷ୍ଟର ଦାସ will obtain instruction ଆପଣ instruction specific ଆଣନ୍ତୁ bolster your case ସାଧାରଣ ଲୋକ ବୁଝି ପାରନ୍ତିନି and don't go by their version you have to what I am discussing with you you have to discuss with your client
directing the petitioner to file a proper application before the directing the petitioner to file a proper
application. Direction कौन दरकार आपसे कौन state interestingly the same thing अरे does he require a mandamus for filing a application ଆପଣ application file कले mutation case register हेले inaction will lead to a direction for mandamus or I will say obtain instruction that will do but you do not give particulars what happened सेल डीडर फेट भी कौन अपन जान नथिबे नेक्स्ट वीक ना 1 वीक आफ्टर केबे
प्राण तो मु नै जी इंस्ट्रक्शन टिके बेटर हो
दियो तो बट आई एम नॉट डायरेक्टिंग अपन बट द होल प्रॉब्लम इज दैट वी डू नॉट नो व्हाट वी आर व्हाट यू आर रेफरिंग टू एक्चुअली सेल डीड आरएसडी केबे
2005
18 वर्ष ହେଇଗଲାଣି the learned counsel for the petitioner appearance luckily. And कितना और item?
6.
Mr. G.P. Samal for the petitioner, Mr. Bimbisar Das AGA for the state, learned counsel for the petitioner, 6 accommodation to obtain instructions. As prayed for list next week. The learned AG is also requested to obtain instruction if available.
7,
What a particular Sanantu. This way it cannot be done. And on the face of it, the RSD is dated 4/3/2005. 20 ବର୍ଷ ପରେ the High Court doesn't know what is happening. Suppose I am passing that order, you must understand the consequence or the implication.
May please, Your Lordship. My lord, the petitioner seeking direction to the Hon'Ble Court, my lord.
Yes,
From the,
Mr. Biswajit Prasad for the
my lord.
petitioner, Mr. Bimbisar Das AGA for the state. Yes, Mr.
My
Prasad.
lord, my lord, the case is pending before the my lord, Commission of Board of by the 15 OSS case number 223 of 2017, my lord. My lord, the case is pending only.
Mr. Samal Palele. What I? Upon Purbo Council. So I wanted to show him that it's a similar that you are saying, but you are referring to a particular case pending.
Sir.
The learned counsel for the learned counsel for the petitioner. The petitioner is agreed by long pendency of the OSS case number 223 of 2017, filed under the section S.15-B of the Orissa Survey Settlement Act, pending before the learned member Board of Revenue, Odisha. The learned AG in response submits that he shall obtain instructions, and in particular, if it is possible for the learned member to dispose of the case within a time frame.
But my lord,
We have 2 lakhs pendency. We will point fingers to the board of revenue.
My lord, the only,
Or 5 lakhs
correction, only the correction of the
Yeah.
ROR, lordship.
earlier the petitioner approached your lordship in another writ application.
Well,
I know status jana nahi. And also obtain the status of the case. Shouldn't the notice aithibo, appear kar
my lord, I
nathibhe,
have given the my lord,
legal hair ke jaithibe.
my lord, I have perused the my lordship. I have glanced the annexure, net generated copy of this order of the London board, my lord. I filed the annexure,
Yes,
lordship client.
ଆପଣ ପୁରା entire order sheet ko file କରିଛନ୍ତି?
हाँ, my lord, on downloaded copy entire करची. ସେଥିରେ only the date is extended only the outing of the field status report and sketch map. Only
ସେଟା ଜଣା ପଡିବ. They are not that updated as High Court is. ଆମର ଯେମିତି uploading ହଉଛି ସେଟା ସେ instruction ନିଅନ୍ତୁ. Status of the case, present status of the proceeding, status of the case, as well as whether the learned member can dispose of
Yes,
within a time frame.
oblige.
ସେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର this is a civil litigation. ଆଗରୁ ଏଗୁଡ଼ା ହଉଥିଲା ଆପଣଙ୍କର civil court ରେ. Prior to enactment of these rules.
Actually,
So ଆପଣଙ୍କର notice ହବ, notice ରେ ଯଦି substitution file ହେଇଥିବ, what the member will do?
sir, only the correction ROR of the,
I am just saying that it's a eventuality of the entire process.
sir, only
The
other
court
paper-
cannot say that it has to be disposed of within say 2 months or 2 years. We do not know because these are the of course these are the eventuality of a case. Notices of appear karibeni.
sir, appear corrigation already
So
appeared.
let us see. Let us obtain that instruction.
Oblige, sir.
How much time?
your lordship may grant me for taking instruction. I'll require 2 weeks time.
List okay after 2 weeks. Date कर देवा ना कौन?
हाँ.
List after 2 weeks करନ୍ତୁ because bench composition.
Date टा କରିଦେଲେ so that matter is listed.
नहीं सेटा मोर assignment गोटिए दिन ना that I have a difficulty also.
Oblige.
मोर गोटिए दिन गोटिए घंटा.
Sir,
So that is the other difficulty.
1 week after ଦେଲେ ଭଲ ପାଖ ଦେଇ କଟକ
I'll try my lord.
ନିଶ୍ଚିତ record ସେ ଯଦି ଆପଣ ପାଇଁ effective instruction ଆଣି ପାରିଲେ your case
Yes,
is closed.
that will be beneficial for him.
ସେଟା ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ.
oblige.
8,
Yes, Mr. Lenka. Mr. Niranjan Lenka for the petitioner.
Annexure 5. The lordship get at page 46.
Yes.
That is the order impugned before a lordship that by virtue of that order the government has directed for de novo inquiry of a departmental proceeding against the petitioner.
ଏଟା ଟିକେ ଦେଖା ଯାଉନି.
ମୁଁ ଭଲ କପିଟା ଦେଇ
ଗୋଟେ typed copy ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ. ଆଉ Also give a copy to the AGA. I think he must be having the same copy.
Same copy, Your Lordship.
ଧଳା ହେଇଯାଇଛି ଘସରା ହେଇଯାଇଛି.
legible copy file ହେଇଥିଲା ମୁଁ ବୋଧେ ଆସିନି ଆଉ ନାହିଁ ମୁଁ.
You have a copy or I'll make a photocopy.
No, I have,
ଗୋଟେ copy
no, I
କରିଦେବେ.
have a copy, but
ଆଚ୍ଛା.
for my
Copy
learned friend,
କରିକି AGA ଙ୍କୁ ଦେଇଦେବେ. ଠିକ ଅଛି.
for state council, I have no copy.
Acha, what is the stage of directing de novo proceeding?
De novo proceeding, my lord, only
After the alleged delinquent was acquitted.
No, my lord. Now, my lord, the de novo proceeding was posted today. And without a lordship have a glance, no region has been assigned, and whatever region they have.
No,
government
actually
has
the
asked-
query is, suppose if you read the last line, the disciplinary proceeding drawn against Srimati Maharana is remitted. The ପଛଟା ତ କଣ ଲିଭି ଯାଇଛି?
remitted.
ये भी complete copy ନୁହଁ. ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣ page 47 ରେ 3ଟା ଲାଇନ ଅଛି, ଏଥିରେ କିନ୍ତୁ ସେଟା ନାହିଁ. If you look at the page 47 of your brief, 3 more lines that completes the paragraph. But what you have submitted, there is no such, not those 3 lines.
Remitted for the
So what was the finding of the inquiring officer? See, he exonerated.
Yes, that is the reason. He has been exonerated from the charges. That copy also has not been given to the delinquents officer, my lord. That stand I have particular specifically taken. And while not accepting the report of the inquiry officer.
So according to you, apart from the law laid down by the Supreme Court,
yes, sir.
This is violative of the CCS rules, OCS CCA rules.
CCA rule provide
15(9) सेटा जो देखा जाओनी most likely that is 15(9) or what?
1560 the OCS rule CA rule
Page 40,
62.
41, page 40, 41, 42, 43, they are all ineligible. Your Lordship.
For the impugned order itself is not legible, and the better order doesn't contain the lines. इटा को आउटे करी दियंतु. आधेर सेटा नाही देखंतु.
हां इटा नाही मु देखछ मो पर सेही कॉपी legible copy तार दिया है जी ऊपर ता कॉपी अच्छी से दे नहीं
Next week, I don't know.
The legible copy also.
ଏଟା ଆପଣ ଇ ଫାଇଲ କରିଛନ୍ତି ନା ଫିଜିକାଲ ଫାଇଲିଂ?
এটা physical file
retrieve physical filing is. Mr. Lenka लिखले Mrs. S. Patnaik AGA for the state. Item 8. Hard Lord and Counsel for the petitioner. The petitioner is aggrieved by the order dated 27 March 2024 issued by the Secretary to Government, Department of Revenue and Disaster Management, invoking the Rule 15(9) of the OCS, Odisha Civil Service, (CCA Rules 1962), remitting for a de novo inquiry of the case. De novo inquiry of the disciplinary proceeding initiated against the petitioner. Stop. It is submitted that the petitioner was not supplied with the inquiry report earlier, prior to the order dated 27 March 2024. Stop. But upon Kim Janle,
from the order it appears that he has been exonerated.
It would be apparent from the order dated 27/3/2024 that the petitioner was exonerated from the charges. issue notice, the learned AGA, upon advance copy being served, appears and waives notice. You require copies, Mrs. Patnaik?
It's an eligible on the annexure.
Yeah, the learned AGA submits that. ଆଗ ଆରମ୍ଭରୁ ଲେଖି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଅର୍ଡର ପୂର୍ବରୁ ନାହିଁ ପୁରା ପ୍ରଥମରୁ ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ପାରା ଲେଖି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ opening sentence ଲେଖନ୍ତୁ the learned counsel for the petitioner submits that there are some pages which are not legible in the writ petition. He may be permitted to replace the same with a neat typed oblique photocopy.
The copy available.
Prayer is allowed. The pages shall be replaced, being duly attested by the learned counsel for the petitioner. Registry to do the needful. ଆପଣ ଏବେ ଦେବେ ନା ରେଜିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ନେଇ ଦେବେ କାରଣ ଏବେ ତ ନାହିଁ ଆପଣ ପାଖରେ ପେଜ
ଅଛି ମୋ ପାଖରେ ଅଛି
ସେ ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ପେଜ ଟା ତ ନାହିଁ
the second page ଟା ମୁଁ ମଗେଇ ଦେବି ସେ
so you get it ପାରା
within 3 days I will pay.
ଯେବେ ଦେବେ ମୁଁ ଟାଇମ ଦଉନି because I am issuing notice now. କଣ ଲେଖିଲେ appears yes how much time for filing counter?
3 weeks.
The learned AGA prays for in response prays for 3 weeks time to file counter affidavit. Stop accordingly, counter be filed within 3 weeks. Copy of the counter shall be served on the learned counsel for the petitioner. The petitioner shall have the liberty to file rejoinder. Yes.
File IA I file
IA 372 of 2025. Issue notice as above. Let extra copies be served on the learned AGA. जोटा आपण ऊपर लिखलेनी कि writ petition in learned AGA appears. Let legible extra copies be served on the learned AGA. I issue notice. In the interim, it is directed that no further action shall be taken pursuant to the order dated 27th March 2024 till the next date of hearing. जो आउथरे पढ़ंतु ऑर्डरटा ए ऑर्डरटा जोटा एबे लिखिले हां इन दैट yes no further action because today we are in 2025.
yes
no further action from today. Hon'Ble.
nine,
maybe. Challenging the illegal and arbitrary action of the opposite party, my lord, opposite party to not accepting the premium amount, my lord, can see the unnecessary to page 11, my lord. The ATA allow in our favor, page 11, bottom ro chari paragraph. That the proposed
microphone na pura tolu kar do nahanti
nahi aga kar do chai. That the proposed conversion genuine in nature and hence the conversion of agricultural land into non-agricultural land purpose of Gharwari is allowed. 8 allow kale. And the rate with the 12A and 9 issue demand notice to the applicant to deposit premium amount of rent cess sanction put up the after realization of requisite fee. मते सेमती किछि डेट न देगी नेक्स्ट डेट माइल काई से 1/7/2024 रे मोर रिजेक्ट कर देले मते अपॉर्चुनिटी देले किछि डिपॉजिट करे पई.
Joydev Behra for the petitioner, Mrs. S. Patnaik AGA for the state, learned counsel for the petitioner. The learned counsel for the petitioner refers to the orders dated 9/6/2024 and 1/7/2024 passed by the appropriate authority in OLR case number 379 of 2024. It is submitted by the learned counsel for the petitioner that from the order it is evident that the conversion of the nature of land from agriculture to non-agricultural purpose, that is Gharabari, single quotation rakhibe, was allowed under section 8-A into bracket Roman capital 1 read with rule dot R dot 12 dash capital A into bracket 2 into bracket 9 by order dated 9.06.2024. Para. Bas para kar diyantu. On 1/7/2024, the authority rejected the conversion, rejected the case, OLR case, on the ground that the applicant failed to pay the premium amount within due date.
ସେମିତି ଆଜ୍ଞା due date
ସେ ଆଉ ଆପଣ କଣ
ମୁଁ
ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି?
ଚାହୁଁଛି ଦବା ପାଇଁ ଆଜ୍ଞା
ନାଇଁ ସେ ଯୋଉ ଅଛି ସେଥିରେ ଆପଣ ଷ୍ଟାଚ୍ୟୁଟ ଟା ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ.
ଆଜ୍ଞା
statute ରେ ଅଛି. If I remember faintly, because right now I have difficult to get the OLR Act now.
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
କଣ ତ ସେଠି ବହି ମିଳୁନି ପ୍ରାୟ.
ନାଇଁ ତ ସେମିତି
ତାହେଲେ ସେ
କିଛି
କେତେ ଦିନ ଅପେକ୍ଷା କରିବେ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ହିସାବରେ?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଗୋଟେ ମାସେ ତ ହେଇନି ଆଜ୍ଞା 9/6/1
ଆପଣ ଯଦି you see it's a
ଦବା
value.
ରାଜି ଅଛି
ନାଇଁ you are taking your valuable right so lightly. ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଫେଭରରେ ଅର୍ଡର ହେଲା ପରେ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ସେ ଅନେଇକି ବସିବେ.
ମୁଁ ଆଜ୍ଞା ଗାଁ ମୋର ତ କିଛି ନୋଟିସ୍ ହେଇନି ଆଜ୍ଞା ମୁଁ କହିବା କଥା
ଠିକ
ନୋଟିସ୍
ଅଛି।
ଗୋଟେ ନୋଟିସ୍ ଆଉ ଅପରଚୁନିଟି ଦିଆଉ
You see, I have passed the order. I am just asking you
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
for something else. That suppose you are at the place of the officer, what you will do?
ଗୋଟେ ଅପରଚୁନିଟି ଦିଆଉ ମତେ ଦବା ପାଇଁ
Because ସେଇଟା instruction ନିଅନ୍ତୁ. କଣ ଲେଖା? It is submitted by the learned counsel for the petitioner that due to paucity of resources, the petitioner could not deposit the amount, and a sympathetic view may be taken. It is submitted that କେତେ amount କେତେ?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଟୋଟାଲି ହଉଛି ଆଜ୍ଞା 7,021 ଟଙ୍କା
ଯାହା ହଉ ଆପଣ ଫିସ୍ କେତେ ନେଇଛନ୍ତି? 21,700 ଟଙ୍କା.
ନାଇଁ ମତେ ବି ଏତେ ଦେଇନାହାନ୍ତି ଗରିବ ଲୋକଟା କଣ ଦେବେ
ଖାଲି 21,000 ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି.
ନାଇଁ ଆଜ୍ଞା ମତେ ଦେଇନାହାନ୍ତି ସେ ଗରିବ ଲୋକଟା
ଆପଣ ସେ ଯୋଉ 21,700 ରୁ 7,000 ଟଙ୍କା ନେଇ ଦେଇଥିଲେ ହେଇନଥାନ୍ତା? 14,000 ରଖିଥିଲେ.
ଗରିବ ଲୋକଟା ଦଉନି
ଗରିବ ଲୋକଙ୍କର ଘର କରିବା ଦରକାର ହଉଛି ନାଇଁ କିସମ କନଭର୍ସନ କରି
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ନା ବିକିବେ?
ନାଇଁ ଆଜ୍ଞା ଘର କରିବୁ ଆମ ଘର ହଉଛି ଆମର ବଲାଙ୍ଗିରି ସିଆଡେ ଭିତରୁ ଯାଏ ବେଲପଡା
ବେଲପଡା. This is a typical our attitude. Anyway, let us continue. कौन लिख ले? Could not deposit. May be taken. The learned AG in response submits that he shall obtain instruction. Para. Having heard learned counsel for the parties, it is directed that the learned AG shall obtain. It is observed that learned AG shall obtain instruction that the petitioner shall deposit the requisite amount. କେତେ ଦିନ ରେ?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମୁଁ ଦେବି ଏନି ଡେଟ୍ ମାନେ 7 ଦିନ 15 ଦିନ ଭିତରେ ଦେଇଦେବି within 15 days
Within 15 days from the passing of the order.
ଆଜ୍ଞା
List on କେତେ ତାରିଖରେ? By next week, can you get the instruction? List on 5th February 2025 for further orders. The read court can expand the time, but statutory time ଯଦି ଥିବ ଆପଣ ତ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ପଢିଛନ୍ତି ବୋଲି ମୁଁ ତ ଏବେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ବହି କାଢିକି
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମତେ କିଛି ନୋଟିସ୍ ହେଇନି ଆଜ୍ଞା
ନୋଟିସ୍ କଣ ହବ ଆଜ୍ଞା? Order ଆପଣ ଫେଭର ରେ ଗଲେ it's part of ଆପଣ ଯଦି you see the determination is prior to the simultaneously with the order.
ମୋ ନଲେଜ ଥାନ୍ତା ମୁଁ ଦେଇଥାନ୍ତି ନହେଲେ ଆଜ୍ଞା ମୁଁ ହାଇକୋର୍ଟ ଆସିଥାନ୍ତି ନା ଆଜ୍ଞା
କଣ ନା ନଲେଜ ରହିବ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଅର୍ଡର ଟା କରିଛନ୍ତି ଯୋଉଥିପାଇଁ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଆପଣ କନଭର୍ସନ ଯୋଉ ଆପ୍ଲାଏ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣ ତ ସେଥିପାଇଁ କରିଛନ୍ତି.
ଆଜ୍ଞା
Yes. Next.
deep level
May I please, ma'am? I mean, Bhishima.
Ranjan Bhokta for the petitioner.
Ma'am.
Mr. S. Patnaik, AGA for the state. Yes, Mr. Bhokta.
Here, state is not a party, it is against bank, ma'am.
Axis Bank रे कौन हला?
Here, ma'am, the
opposite party blank.
son of the petitioner who is working as a branch head of Axis Bank died in a motor vehicle accident. And though I have approached the authorities for release of some deposits as well as service benefits,
The petitioner, it is submitted by the hard learned counsel for the petitioner. It is submitted that the petitioner is the unfortunate mother of an employee who worked in the opposite party bank. से जसस्विनी किए जसस्विनी अमीषा असीमा सब पैसा नहीं गले बोले आपन दुख होची
ना ना ना
ओ आ नातुणी नहीं जेंदी पैसा
ना नहीं दरकार नहीं लीगल हेयर को
ताले ताको काहे पार्टी करथिले आइदर पिटिशनर हितांते न अपोजिट पार्टी हितांते इफ यू आर नॉट सीकिंग एनी रिलीफ अगेंस्ट OP3 and 4 you should not
legal hair मानो को रिलीज
you should have added them as petitioner or they are as a pro forma.
They are pro forma opposite parties, man.
You should not.
I have made them opposite parties.
Opening sentence lekhantu. The learned counsel for the petitioner submits that the petitioner doesn't seek any relief against the opposite parties 3 and 4. Therefore, may be permitted to carry out a correction in the cost title, confining the writ petition to the
1 and 2 only.
The writ petition seeking prayer against opposite party numbers 1 and 2, and OP number 3 and 4 be described as former opposite parties. Prayer is allowed. Petitioner is allowed to carry out the necessary correction.
I'll file a concept
by indicating. By attesting the same, or by filing consolidated corrected cost item. It is submitted that the petitioner's son, while working in the establishment of the opposite party number 1 and 2, unfortunately passed away having met with a road accident. It is further submitted that the benefits due and admissible to the petitioner are yet to be released from by the bank, by the employer bank. Or I issue notice to the opposite parties 1 and 2, indicating that the matter is likely to be disposed of at the stage of admission. Requisites for issuance of notice by registered post or speed post be filed within 5 working days.
Within 2 days, man. Tomorrow.
Within 1 hour dele bhi hobo. Sete kon achi ki apan maximum time give so that it is not again and again listed for orders.
Okay.
Within 3 working days. List after SR. Liberty to mention. तापर लिखंतु जो लिखलेन ऊपर लिस्ट कौन इशू नोटिस लिखलेन तो along with this order सबुथरे लिखंतु along with this order तापर लिखंतु next paragraph, the pendency of the writ petition shall not be a bar for the opposite parties 1 and 2 to consider the grievance of the petitioner and take appropriate action for redressal of the same. Yes. Next.
11.
Mrs. Archana Mahanti, MS. Archana Mahanti, on behalf of A. Kanungo for the petitioner. Union of India, who is there?
11 item I am for the Union of India.
Mr. Manoj Kumar Patti, CGC.
Senior Panel Counsel.
Senior Panel Counsel for the
Opposite parties, man. All the opposite.
Just a second. Union then Principal Chief Security Commissioner Railway Protection Force. Apana. RPF pe apana.
Again.
Opposite parties for and person named in person Barun Kumar Behra.
No, my lord. Opposite party number, last opposite parties.
On behalf of opposite parties 1 TO to 4.
1 to 4, my lord.
Adjournment is sought for on behalf of the learned counsel for the petitioner as prayed for list after a week. List after 1 week. Yes.
12.
Mr. A.C. Behra for the petitioner. Mrs. S. Patnaik AGA for the state. Yes, Mr. Behra.
My lord, in this case, I have a sole prayer, my lord. My representation order annexure 4 is pending before OP number 4. Case is that, my lord, after retirement of manager of electrical, I was also engaged for contractual for some for a year. Next, there is a post vacancy, other persons are also getting contract.
He'll be happy if this order, the matter is disposed of today.
My lord.
Mr. Hart, the learned counsel for the petitioner. It is submitted by the learned counsel for the petitioner that he has a limited grievance as against the opposite parties 2 to 5. AG hele OP1. AG for state, OP 2 to 5. It is submitted that the petitioner has sought for extension of his engagement post-retirement,
My lord.
which is pending before the authority.
Pin number 4, my lord, it is pending.
I don't know. Authority GA. But in view of the limited nature of prayer made by the petitioner, the writ petition is disposed of without issuing any notice to the opposite parties 2 to 5. Observing that, the petitioner, the appropriate authority shall dispose of the representation of the petitioner within 6 weeks from communication of certified copy of this order, along with copy of the representation into bracket small s and all other documents sought to be relied upon by the petitioner to the authority. The decision that would be taken by the authorities shall be communicated to the petitioner within 2 weeks from such decision. Para. It is clarified that this court has not expressed any opinion regarding the merits of the case or the contentions of the parties to the petition. Yes.
6 week hela, 4 week hela.
4 weeks better होची जे आपण अधिक समय नेबे सेवन करिवे आपनकर 1 week देले कोन होबो कइले ना ना 6 डे रे रिजेक्ट हेजो. You must learn from your experience. आपण जोटा निजे कोचोनी इट इज ए इंडिटरमिनेट थिंग कोन होबो काकू जणा नै. So you must think in that way that it is so easy to reject and difficult to consider and get papers and what is happening, what is the scheme. ଆପଣ ନିଜେ ସିଓର କି କଣ ଆପଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ତାହେଲେ ସିଏ କଣ କରିବେ
ଅପରଚୁନିଟି ହିୟରିଂ ଦେଇକି
ହିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ହିୟରିଂ କଣ ଦେବେ
ରିପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେସନ
କଣ ଏଟା ସିଭିଲ ଅର ଇଭିଲ କନସିକ୍ୱେନ୍ସେସ୍ ରିଜେକ୍ସନ ହେଲେ ଆପଣ ତାକୁ ଚ୍ୟାଲେଞ୍ଜ କରିବେ
କଣ୍ଟ୍ରାକ୍ଚୁଆଲ କଣ
ଯାହା ବି ସେ ତେଣୁ ଏଥିରେ ଅପରଚୁନିଟି କଣ ଦେଇପାରିବେ ଆଉ ଏଥିରେ ବରଂ ଅପରଚୁନିଟି ଦବା କଥା ନୁହଁ କାରଣ ଯିଏ ଭଲ ଅପରଚୁନିଟି ପାଇଲା ସିଏ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଚାକିରି ଦେବେ ଯିଏ ଅପରଚୁନିଟି ଦିଆଗଲାନି ସେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଚାକିରି ଦେବେନି
ଏ ଲୋକଟେ ବି କରିଥିଲେ
ତାହେଲେ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ and other opportunity जो चाहते अपन opportunity से किसी order दरकार नहीं that is always available for you. Yes. Mr. A.K. Chattoy for the petitioner, Mrs. S. Patnaik AGA for the state.
My lord, in this case I have challenged the suspension order, my lord, passed by the DFO. DFO has no competent settle as per the rules 2020, my lord. Already I have given the rule, my lord. It is categorically mentioned that in the rule, my lord, the forest.
So A.K. Chattoy for the petitioner, Ms. S. Patnaik AGA for the state. The petitioner, had learned counsel for the petitioner. The learned counsel for the petitioner, the petitioner is agreed by the order of suspension dated 3rd of January 2025. Issued by the OP number 4.
Who has no competent settlement.
It is submitted that the OP number 4 is not competent to issue the order of suspension.
As per the rule 2020, my lord.
तापरे कौन होगा जी competent authority से suspend करिवे
My lord.
ये जो litigation रे end कौन होगा suspension टा revoke हे जीवो एवं जी competent की competent
RCCF competent.
RCCF करिवे तापरे
से अलग कथा
अलगा कथा कोन सेटा आ गोटे ब्रीफ आसीबो ना कोन
ना मु से कथा कोन माले.
So obviously at times no you see the concern is at times where on a litigation is not exactly is end of it.
My lord, litigation is creating by the authority, my lord.
I understand
Yes,
that is good for lawyers.
Yes, my lord.
But anyway,
Violation of all the statutory rules, my lord. Rule 97 it clearly indicates that the appointing authority is the RCCF and the appointing authority is the suspending authority.
I am dictating.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So that I can save time. Already such a time is over.
Yes.
The learned AGA. Ago lekhon issue notice. The learned AGA upon advance copy being served appears and waives notice. How many extra copies? Let 4 extra copies be served and the learned AGA to enable her to obtain instruction. How much time for instruction?
Sorted, my lord.
Because only if you can obtain instruction or by the next date you pass a fresh suspension order, he will be happy.
Sorted.
As the learning AG is 6 for 3 weeks time to obtain instruction. As paid for list after 3 weeks.
Yes, my lord.
Se anant instruction तापर देखियो.
ମୁଁ ଆଇଟା ଫାଇଲ କରିଛି ମୁଁ ସସ୍ପେନ୍ସନ ଷ୍ଟେ ମାଗିଥିଲି
ଆଇଏ ଇସୁ ନୋଟିସ
ମ୍ୟାଲେଟ ଟିକେ କାଇଣ୍ଡଲି ମ୍ୟାଲେଟ
ପ୍ଲିଜ
ସେଥିରେ ହେଡକ୍ୱାର୍ଟର ଫିକ୍ସେସନ କରିଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ନବରଙ୍ଗପୁରରେ ମାଇ ସର୍କମଷ୍ଟାନ୍ସେସ୍ ଇଜ ବାଇଣ୍ଡିଂ ଟୁ ମି ମାଇଲଟ ମାଇ ୱାଇଫ ଇଜ ସଫରିଂ ଫ୍ରମ କିଡନୀ ଡିଜିଜେସ୍ ମାଇଲଟ
sir you are seeking a mandamus
ମାଇଲଟ
how can interim order be passed after suspension
ନା ହେଡକ୍ୱାର୍ଟର ଫିକ୍ସେସନ ପାଇଁ
headquarter station let them
ସେଥିରେ ଅଛି ଲାଷ୍ଟ
ତାପରେ ସେତେ I can direct them to obtain instruction ତା କଣ ଲେଖିଲେ ଆଇଏ ଲେଖିଲେ ତ let extra copy be served on the
ଲାଷ୍ଟ
AGA to obtain instruction
ସर ଲାଷ୍ଟ ପ୍ଲେସରେ ଟିକେ
ସେଥିରେ interim order କେମିତି ହବ ଆଜ୍ଞା ତାହେଲେ ତ ମୁଁ ସେଟା ସେଟ୍ କରିଦେଲି ଆଜି
ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ ମୁଁ ହେଡକ୍ୱାର୍ଟର ଫିକ୍ସେସନ ପାଇଁ କହୁଛି
exactly headquarter fixation जोटा करछंती आपनका grievance ता सेटा today I have to ask them to obtain instruction or I will on my own unilaterally I will do it that I am asking you are not answering that ताल मु तो DFO हे गली
ନାଇଁ ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ଆପଣ जो lack of jurisdiction कहउचंती आपण you are attributing the same they will attribute the same to me
नो ମ୍ୟାମ୍
कौन लिखले हाँ it is submitted by the learned counsel for the petitioner that the petitioner is facing immense difficulty due to fixation कोड काम करथिले आपण
ମୁଁ ଉମରକୋଟ ରେଞ୍ଜରେ କରୁଥିଲି
ଆପଣ କେବେ ଯାଇଛନ୍ତି ନବରଙ୍ଗପୁର ଉମରକୋଟ ଆଡେ ଯାଇଛନ୍ତି
ଯାଇନି ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ ଅସୁବିଧା ହେଇଛି you are arguing before a court which frequently visits those areas if your wife is ailing then Nabarangpur is a better place for treatment
ସେଠି actually ଡାୟାଲିସିସ୍ ପାଇଁ ଭଲ ସୁବିଧା ଅଛି ଉମରକୋଟରେ that's why
ନବରଙ୍ଗପୁର ଆଜ୍ଞା ଅଛି ଜୟପୁରରେ ତାଠୁ ବେଟର ଅଛି
ସେ ତ ଘରଟା
ଆଉ
ପାଖରେ
ସେଠି ସମସ୍ତେ ଯାଆନ୍ତି ଭାଇଜାଗ
ନା ସେ ସେଠି
so
ଡାୟାଲିସିସ୍
say that
ଡାୟାଲିସିସ୍
this is of no use actually ଆପଣ proper instruction ନେବେନି ଖାଲି ଗୋଟେ ଜଣଙ୍କ ଦେହ ଖରାପ ବୋଲି କହିକି କରିବେ
no documents is there my lord I am citing the documents as you lordship did
as by fixation of his headquarter at Nabarangpur though he was working at Umarkot it is submitted that the petitioner's wife being the petitioner's wife is ailing suffering from kidney ailment and has to undergo dialysis it is submitted that the authorities may sympathetically consider you see you are simultaneously blowing hot and cold you are challenging the suppose the entire order goes
ନା ମ୍ୟାଲେଟ ଏଥିରେ ମୁଁ
then what is the question of fixing a headquarter
ନାଇଁ ସେଥିରେ ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ଆନେକ୍ସଚର କରିଛି ମ୍ୟାଲେଟ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ
ଆପଣ ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ whole problem ହେଲା ମୁଁ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ କଥା ପଚାରୁଛି ଆପଣ annexure ମତେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି
ମ୍ୟାଲେଟ
then do I not make any sense you tell me that I don't make any sense because ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି କଣ ଯେ ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ବୁଝେଇ ପାରୁନି
ନାଇଁ
suppose you are agreed by the suspension order and suspension order is to be set aside
yes ma'am
then what is the point of fixing headquarter
during pendency of the suspension order
pendency of suspension now I am directing them to consider the authority which doesn't have authority
so far as fixation headquarter is
this you must think what you are saying कौन लिखले
as your lordship direct
ମୁଁ ତ ଲେଖି ସାରିଲିଣି ଆଉ କଣ କରିବା the fixation of the place of headquarter of the petitioner during suspension the learned AGA in response seeks time to obtain instruction list along with the list as directed कर दियंतु कि नले listing date last रे दे दियंतु yes next please
13
मेंशन करथिले ना से आपण येटा नै जातु फेरि दियंतु मेंशन करथिले कोन 14 टा ना करना हंदी Mr. Barik, Vasudev Barik.
15 minutes.
14 likhive petitioner none. So after 4:30, if no one, anyone can, it's not that an adverse order will be passed or the matter will be taken up. Only those who are interested, their matter will be taken up. कौन लिख ले?
Item 15 में.
Petitioner none, Mrs. Patnaik AGA for the state. None appears for the petitioner when the matter. Apna.
15 में.
14. It's Patnaik for the state. None appears for the petitioner when the matter is called to grant further opportunity. List next week.
15.
Mr. Trilochan Barik.
15 mile. Here the
For the petitioner, Mr. Bimbisar Das AGA for the state. Yes, Mr. Barik.
Well, this is the second round repeats, my lord, assailing the order of the opposite point number 2, Hyde Annex 9, where the rejection of the representation of the petitioner for engagement of forest guard on contractual basis that has been Hyde Annex 9 has been rejected, saying that the secured less in viable stress less percentage mark than the candidates selected.
On input order page ko page ta कहउछंती?
That is at page 37 and Annex 9.
Internal page 40 if your lordship sees.
Exactly.
The comparative marks, the petitioner has secured less marks.
That is 41. Page 41. Since the petition records less mark in the aggregate
petitioner
compared
is
to
the hard learned counsel for the petitioner. This is a detailed order. This can't be, all reasons have been given. But anyway, notice can be issued.
Yes, ma'am.
The petitioner is agreed by the order dated 21st of August 2024, passed by the OP number 2, RCCF,
Yes, ma'am.
Bhavanipatna Circle, in the district of Kalahandi, rejecting the prayer of the petitioner for engagement as forest guard in the Odisha Subordinate Forest Service. Para. Issue notice the learned AGA upon advance copy being served appears and waives notice on behalf of the opposite parties. You require extra copies.
Yes.
Let 4 extra copies of the petition be served on the learned AGA to enable him to obtain instruction and file counter. Subpara, the learned AGA in response 6 how much time? 4 weeks time. 2 weeks time to obtain instruction in the matter.
No.
And file counter.
I have prayed for
more at a presumption. How can I presume that something is there? I cannot presume.
yes, ma'am.
And in fact, in merit, you have not addressed the order. Have you found out anything in that order and mentioned in the writ petition?
That
order re kono bhul achi apano writ petition re kichi lekhi so that they will answer.
Yes, ma'am. I have called
You see, you have to be relief oriented. You have to, the litigant doesn't understand these things.
Yes, ma'am.
See, asila कहला जे मोर आज्ञा reject हेगला and setire se neatly they have given reasons. At least something should be stated regarding the reasons are not to be correct.
I have stated that the OMR sheet has called for that and also applied for RTI information that has not been given to the client.
OMR sheet, how does it help you?
That secured 10 marks in the math.
Which decision of Supreme Court or High Court says that if 10 marks is secured in High Court and the candidate feels that he should secure 100?
But the OMR sheet, as my client has got instruction that his OMR sheet has
very difficult, sir. It's very difficult.
The
reasoning and because you have gone through a selection process. But anyway, this is academic discussion. Yes, take notice. Well counter. As prayed for, counter be filed within 3 weeks upon serving copy thereof on the learned counsel for the petitioner. The petitioner shall have liberty to file rejoinder. List after pleadings are complete, liberty to mention.
16.
Maybe.
16 টা আর্জন হয়ে যাইছে না?
16 and 17 both are
আর্জন
judicial
হয়েছে।
matters.
Mr. Madani, your matter is not 16, is 18.
18, my lord.
16 লেখুন তো Mr. G.N. Polida on behalf of Mr. B. Mohanty for the petitioner, Mr. Bimbisar Das AGA for the state. Adjournment is sought for on behalf of the Lorded Counsel for the petitioner as prayed for list next week. 17 same খালি appearance টা লিখিবে Mr. K.C. Sahoo on behalf of Mr. B. Mohanty for the petitioner, Mr. Bimbisar Das AGA for the state. Yes, Mr. Madani, 18.
My lord, here the petitioners are the sports person, my lord. They have represented the state in national and international events of Taekwondo, my lord. Taekwondo comes within the Asian Games, my lord. My lord, page 36, annexure 4, my lord.
Yes.
The state government has introduced a rule to provide the service to the sports person.
Yes.
Page 36, my lord.
Yes.
The sports person who has represented the state as well as the nation.
Taekwondo is Pound's place at?
Plate 23, my lord.
23. Taekwondo, yes.
My lord. The persons, those are representing the state
Right.
and the
Yes,
nation.
yes.
They are entitled to get the benefits of Group B and Group D service, my lord. I am for the post of Group B, Constable. I am eligible for that. My lord, similarly, Annexure 5, my lord, the state government.
ଆପଣଙ୍କ prayer ଟା କଣ ପଢିଲେ? କଣ ବୁଝିହଉନି?
ମୋ prayer ଟା କଣ ହଉଛି କି? I have represented the state.
ସେଟା କେମିତି prayer ହବ?
No, ମୁଁ prayer କୁ ଆସୁଛି. But after hearing the parties may kind enough to issue appropriate read direction of this honorable court to opposite party number 1 secretary, Ministry of Youth, Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India.
To protect the interest of the petitioner.
Well, here the problem is that
statute ଅଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ reservation ଦିଆ ହେଇଛି.
Here problem is that
ମାନେ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କଣ favor କରିବେ ତ ସେଟା mandamus issue କରି ହବନି.
My lord, I am
favor you.
My lord, I am trying to make my submission, my lord.
No, you try, but you must understand what you are saying.
But just I am reading what, my lord. The sports person.
No. Sir, you are seeking a mandamus from the court.
My lord.
What you want in your prayer? You want appointment.
Appointment, my
so
lord.
the statute gives you protection.
My lord.
Reservation.
My lord.
What more the state can do?
Yes. My fact remains that I am a sports person represented the state.
Mr. Madani, you have to show the court.
My lord.
You have to show the court that you have applied and they have not considered or rejected.
I am coming to your lordship.
So where is that?
Well, annexure.
Then that is not there in your prayer.
My lord, I am coming to that point.
They will be asked to answer. You must understand that what they will answer. You also appear for the other side.
My lord, fact remains that pursuant to the notification of the government, I can apply for government post as well as monetary benefits, but subject to verification of my certificates by a competent authority.
Sir, we are not discussing how you will apply. Should you come to court to discuss that how you will apply? You have to come to court for redressal of your grievances.
My lord.
So what is your grievance you want to be meted out or to be resolved by the petition?
But I am praying, let my certificates be verified by the competent authority, not competent authority for verification.
Which certificate and who has refused to verify?
My lord, I have earlier filed an application before this honorable court. This honorable court was pleased to...
Now you, Mr. Madani, you realize.
My lord.
Simply filing petitions again and again doesn't lead anywhere.
My lord.
I didn't mark that you have filed.
Yes.
There might be something, consideration of representation or something. You see, you have to be serious in your approaching a court. Suppose somebody has not considered, then you state that so and so has not
They are
considered.
sitting over the matter on the issue that on the
who is sitting over what?
Director Sports, Government of Orissa.
Yes, the director is sitting. You have not sought any prayer against the director. Anyway, let us assume you can amend your prayer.
My lord.
Sitting over what?
They are not sending my certificate for verification.
Where you have stated or where you have indicated in the
My lord.
which certificate, which annexure?
My lord, my certificates are annexure 1 series, 2 series and 3 series, my lord.
1, 2, 3 other certificates.
My lord. I have
Where you have submitted, you have stated.
My lord.
Mr. Madani, you give these details. You are free to amend your and come with better particulars. Let it come next week. Because unless you come to court seeking redressal of your grievance,
my
and simply saying that I want to apply, I have applied, I am a spokesperson. That doesn't.
I have submitted, my lord. I have submitted my grievance at page 11, Roman 10, my lord.
No, read petition where you have stated that you have submitted and
my lord.
Where?
My lord.
Your read petition ends at page 21.
My page 11, my lord.
Page
Roman,
11.
Roman X.
And prepare a proper petition.
Right.
Then your prayer should be one line that my application has not been considered and I have not been given any information regarding my application for the post of constable. সেটা তো আপনার প্রেয়ারেই নাই। অ্যাপিয়ারেন্স লিখিবে মিস্টার মহারণা সিজিসি সিনিয়র প্যানেল কাউন্সিল পুরা নাটা বিশ্বজিৎ মহারণা সিনিয়র প্যানেল কাউন্সিল ফর OP1, Mr. Bimbisar Das AGA for OP number 2 and 3. କେବେ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି? How much time you require? List after a week. Yes. 19, Mr. D. Barik for the petitioner. Mr. Bimbisar Das, AGA for the state, London Council for the petitioner seeks accommodation. As prayed for, list after 2 weeks. Yes, next. 20. Mr. P.K. Satapathy for the petitioner.
20 is against Tata Power.
But opposite party blank rahibo. Yes. Yes, Mr. Satapathy. You are Mr.
I'm Parsuram Ponda.
Mr. P. Ponda. So P. Ponda for the petitioner. Opposite party blank. Yes.
Petitioner's application is not considered by the opposite party number 3, Your Lordship. The promotion is under the provision of the promotional policy NESCO utility at present TPNDL as per the 7.3.4 of the GIDCO promotional policy. Petitioner is adequate the requisite qualification.
The petitioner is agreed by the Hard London Council for the petitioner. The petitioner is agreed by the rejection of his representation for getting promotion. By order dated 3/9/2024. Issue notice. Stop. Requisites for issuance of notice to OP number 1 and 2 be filed by speed post or registered post / speed post within how much time?
2 weeks time.
This सप्ताह में notice बनावा पे?
1 week time.
Within 7 days. Within 7 working days. OP3 को कहीं particular?
OP3 he has not got this adequate qualification and he is promoted in this post. From 5, he is not the requisite qualification.
I mean, are you seeking in his place or you are seeking because he has got it?
I am seeking his place, Your Lordship.
Hello, the opposite parties. I mean, you are saying that you are a competing candidate as far as OP3 is concerned.
Concerned, Your Lordship.
Both of you were considered.
My Lord.
And OP3 was given.
OP3 was given. Your Lordship.
All opposite parties. Two opposite parties. Within
appointment
7 working days. The opposite part issue notice along with this order कर देवे. Good line add कर दियो तो ताले जो लिखले नहीं की Hard London Council for the it is submitted that the petitioner though otherwise eligible agreed पर जोड़ा लिखचुंदी. It is submitted that the petitioner is otherwise eligible to get the promotion. However, he has been discriminated as in his place OP number 3 has been given promotion. Who is junior or senior to you?
2005 both are appointed in this post, Your Lordship. only one line,
ଛାଡି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ସେତିକି ଛାଡି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ
impinged order one line they
କଣ ଲେଖିଲେ କନକ୍ଲୁଡ କୋଉଠି କଲେ ଲାଷ୍ଟ ଟା ଖାଲି
he
ପଢିବେ
has not got the requisite qualification in degree engineering. I am got the
he has been discriminated. Yes. List after SR, liberty to mention. The opposite party shall have the liberty to file their response. At the time of appearance. Yes.
21.
Mr. Swayam Prabhu Jena, S. Jena for the petitioner. S. Upon SP lecture, S. Peter Jena for the petitioner. Mr. Bimbisar Das, AGA for the state. Yes, Mr. Jena.
My lord, petitioner is challenging annexure 5 and 8, my lord.
Yes.
That is the memorandum of charges, my lord. Basing on the same set of facts, vigilance case is pending, my lord. And since my lord knows the Captain M. Paul Anthony case where...
Paul Anthony. Hey, Parivo.
My lord,
You are very fair to say that both things can proceed.
But it is, my lord, in that judgment only it is desirable to stay the departmental proceeding till finalization.
Prejudicial. Prejudicial to
Yes,
your case defense in the other vigilance case.
There are, my lord, this honorable court by annexure 6 has already stayed the departmental proceeding under annexure 5. For a period of 1 year, it was stayed.
That petition is pending or disposed of?
That petition was disposed of, my lord, annexure 6, page 38 to 41.
While disposing of that writ petition, the honorable court said that it is stayed for 1 year, and during that period, vigilance authority may try their level best to get it finalized.
But my lord, the criminal proceeding, the vigilance proceeding has not yet been finalized.
Then you should have gone to that court. You must think about it.
My lord.
Multiplicity of proceeding, what they will answer. Their answer would be that since the case, the vigilance case is yet to, because this order works both ways. Once the court says that let it be stayed for 1 year, then after 1 year, they do not have an option. Perhaps. So maybe you have to file the IA in that petition.
IA in the WPC number, the previous writ petition.
The court which passed a reason considered order directing 1 year stay, and 1 year stay it has not been completed. Because you are saying that since the court earlier directed that it should continue, then it is more necessary that you should file a IA for clarification, extension of time, you can say. For the extension of the interim order.
My lord, I will file that.
So no, it is only that suggestion. I am in that side, not this side. So I am simply adjourning the matter.
My lord.
The learned counsel for the petitioner, appearance next time. The counsel for the petitioner seeks accommodation to obtain instruction. List,
my lord, after 2 weeks.
List after 2 weeks, as prayed for. One thing also you can mention in the IA that you have filed the writ petition and withdraw this. That is also possible because there is no prohibition in filing that, because you will mention it. Yes.
22 May, please.
Yes, Mr. Bhokta.
Petition is a class 4 employee of Utkal University.
Yes.
And his initial date of appointment was.
Here Bhokta for the petitioner, opposite party blank rohibo. State को party करछन्ते की?
My state is the party. Opposite party number 3, my lord.
Mrs. Patnaik AGA for OP number 3. Yes.
His initial date of appointment was 22nd July 1986, my lord.
That is what you are seeking?
For regulation from the initial date of appointment.
He was regularized pursuant to the order of this court.
He was regularized. My lord. From
then
2000,
modify that order.
From 2011, his appointment was regularized, my lord.
So then how is a single bench and those judgments are by the division bench of this court.
After my lord, some of the similar situated persons.
Mrs. Patnaik was appearing for the petitioner along with his her
yes.
Mr. J. Patnaik.
A number of writ applications were filed.
And then how I will modify that to the extent that it will be from initial appointment. You consider your because that went to Supreme Court and Supreme Court again approved it.
What happened? A number of writ applications were filed in 2024. those writ applications also dispose of, directing the university authority to reconsider the case of the petitioner as well as some of the similar situated
No,
persons.
that in view of the earlier determination by a division bench, I will not direct.
No, there is no division bench.
There can't be there should be committee of courts. One division bench says that you regularize. Single bench will say that you consider for regulation from the date of appointment.
Not division bench. No division bench, man. Here what happened on the basis of
division bench thila.
Yes, Prathama division bench.
Chief Justice's court.
Yes, that is the ninth, that is reported.
So that has been followed. That has been
followed.
Early 90s, or 95, 96.
93, man. No, 1990.
So if that court did not grant benefit of regularization from the date of initial appointment, subsequent court cannot direct it. Suppose you are making a representation, they are rejecting it, you may challenge it. That's a different thing. Obviously, you are well within your right to challenge that. But I will direct them to give appointment regularized from the date of initial appointment after much litigation.
No, some of the similar.
Temporary assignment arjan kar diyantu. Learned counsel for the petitioner seeks accommodation to obtain instruction and advance arguments. As spread for list after 2 weeks.
I don't know.
2 weeks.
23
may pillars.
Yes, please. You are Mr. Sahoo.
Vijay Kumar Behra.
Mr. B.K. Behra for the petitioner. Abid Sahoo looks like you.
No, Lordship.
Acha. Then why I am remembering him?
Lordship, the matter is related to third RSCP, Lordship. The petitioner is a retired forester. After 30 years of service.
जो order अछि आपनकर गोटे RSCP रो बिहार लाल बारिक कोड मिस्टर लेंका करथिले निरंजन लेंका पळेलेन
कोऑर्डिनेट बेंच also pass the order, Lordship.
नहीं जदी मोर थियो ताले कोन
Yes,
करी
Lordship.
तो फॉलो करिवे ना कोऑर्डिनेट फॉलो
Yes, Lordship. Annex 6 my representation before the opinion number 6.
फेरी देम
Annex 6 pending before the opinion number 6.
नहीं नहीं सेटा मु रिप्रेजेंटेशन भलिया करूनी सेटा मु स्पेसिफिक देकी करछि जे एप्रोप्रिएट अथॉरिटी रे करी.
Yes, Lordship. And 25 also same, Lordship. Item 25.
But see the whole problem है ता रेफरेंस बाहरी आपनकर. Yes, Mr. Sodangi. Birlal Barik and the other one confirmed by the Supreme Court, but not reported in any. You have found out. So those decisions, those orders have to be reproduced here. Item 25, Mr. Vijay Kumar Behra for the petitioner. Mrs. S. Patnaik, AGA for the state. Mrs. Patnaik, that after that grant of RSCP, the state government went to Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court rejected the SLP. So they have been granted. So in so many cases, they are citing Biharlal Barik confirmed by the Supreme Court. How get it disposed of?
Yes, Lordship. 23 and 25.
24. What a copy they parive. 23 and 24.
23 and 25.
25. 23, 25 लिख ले हमने. 24 Mr. P.K. Misra. से जो आपन जो ऑर्डर टा सेट करछुंदी गोटे ऑर्डर ऑलरेडी एई कोर्ट रा हे गलानी तेनु सेटा को आउथरे मॉडिफाई करे कि दरकार नै. So you will simply reproduce that order. So P.K. Misra for the petitioner, Mr. Miss S. Patnaik, AGA for the state. Yes, Mr. Misra.
Lord, the petitioner is an employee under the Animal Husbandry Department, my lord.
Yes.
In the year 2011, my lord, in a false implication, he was arrested.
You are challenging the order of punishment.
Order of punishment, my lord, because.
So take notice. Take notice. They have to justify it because that can't be. Already order has been passed and implemented.
The Honorable High Court has already said in Annexure 5, your lordship can have a glance. Page 45.
Yes.
In that case, the Honorable High Court has already said that this is the order dated 1/8/2023. After my lord, examining all the records and hearing at length, my lord, this Honorable Court at para 7, page.
No, this is regarding promotion. Seal cover procedure.
No.
Para 8, before parting, it is needless to mention here that any DPC is converted.
Set a subsequent, my lord, that is the consequential. Para 7 is important. On considering the submissions made by the learned counsels appearing for the parties on a careful examination of the background.
You are saying that it is contrary to the High Court order, but they took more time than 3 months.
Court had directed for disposal within 3 months, and if it is not disposed of within 3 months, it will be deemed that it has been decided in favor of the petitioner. So after that, my lord,
deeming Jinsoda, that has been set aside by Supreme Court.
No, that is a different, my lord.
No.
This order is never challenged. This order remains.
No. This order is definitely not challenged. But this deeming order, that it shall be deemed to have been decided in favor of the petitioner, similar matters have been set aside by the Supreme Court.
That was in a different.
So that you must understand, because the problem is here, it is a statutory OCSCCA rules. The statute doesn't provide any time limit.
No.
That is the difficulty. So that is how the Supreme Court has said that,
because the
and the stage of proceeding and everything is there. This order is there already, but you take notice.
And
Mr. PK Mishra for the the petitioner is agreed by the order of punishment and penalty and imposition of penalty by order dated 20th of May 2024, annexed to the writ petition marked as Annexure 14. Withholding of one increment with cumulative effect.
Yes.
Without cumulative effect, you with this, not much difference. It is submitted that the order of punishment imposed suffers from material irregularity, and the due process of law has not been followed while imposing punishment. It is submitted that the order is also contrary to the earlier order passed by the coordinate bench of this court, dated 1/8/2023 in WPC number 22756 of 2023. Issue notice on a DGA upon advance copy being served appears on behalf of the opposite parties. Extra copy debe. Let 3 extra copies be served on the learned DGA to enable her to obtain instruction and file counter. How much time, Mrs. Patnaik? Learned counsel for the learned DGA 6 for 4 weeks time. As prayed for, counter be filed within 4 weeks. Upon serving copy thereof on the learned counsel for the petitioner, the petitioner shall have liberty to file rejoinder. Yes. Yes, for what?
To stay operation.
आइए issue notice as above. तो मुझे आज ही सेट कर देली स्टे कर ना सेट कर देली
कोडा
स्टे माने कोन तार
देयर इज अ डायरेक्ट
पोजीशन ऑफ पेनल्टी पूर्वरु मु तो स्टे करि पार थांदी
नहीं पेनल्टी पूर्वरु मु कोनी मु कहया कथा जे देयर इज अ डायरेक्शन दैट हिज consequential benefits should be granted to him. They are not granting those things.
Para 7
para 8 रे
para 8 that is contrary to Supreme Court decision. When the High Court single bench is faced with a Supreme Court decision and a coordinate bench decision, which one will prevail?
And that apart,
even a division bench decision.
That is one part.
No, that is the only part. That is the only part. And
I would have been achina.
Then at this stage, how do I know that whatever they have done is wrong? Without issuing notice and releasing
they have done it wrong because the charges which are framed against me,
allegation. Let them respond.
No allegation में जो
आइए टाको रिजेक्ट कर देंगे आइए नोटिस नो रिजेक्ट कर देंगे
से कथा
तब ठीक अछि आइए नोटिस सेट एक्स्ट्रा कॉपी भी सब
मुखाली I am just clarifying the charges which were framed.
Sir, don't convert me into the director of a department. I am not supposed to decide
so
let them so that they have done wrong or right. Why you are inviting me to decide on their behalf and reply you? Obviously, so you wait, be patient.
Item 26 may permitted to place on behalf of Mr. A. Das, madam.
Mr. Raptha, on behalf of A. Das for the petitioner, Mrs. S. Patnaik AGA for the state. Yes.
I am challenging, my lord, my disengagement order, my lord. Petitioner was initially engaged as a data entry.
Take notice. Take notice. Order of disengagement annexure?
Annexure 8, page 29, my lord.
The petitioner is agreed by the order of disengagement. Heard learned counsel, heard Mr. Ratha for the petitioner on behalf of the petitioner. The petitioner is agreed by the order dated 31st December 2024, passed by OP number
3, my lord.
OP number 3, Deputy Director.
Additional Director. Sorry,
Party Nahanti.
OP4, my lord.
Assistant Director.
Assistant Director.
By OP4, Assistant Director Horticulture, disengaging the petitioner while working as it's a Sita Korinanti.
My lord.
Ito आवरण किए करचंदी आपण कोन भूलभाल देखचंदी
My lord, page 29, my lord.
हां 28 देखंतु
28, my lord, that was communicated after 29 was passed, 28 was passed. In pursuance to page 29, 28 was passed.
or is agreed by the order dated the कौन लिखले सर 31st ना 21st लिखा है नहीं सर
31st এটা
नहीं 21st December 2024 passed by the opposite party number 4 intimating the employer intimating आपण ऐसे सिस्टम को पार्टी करचंती
आज्ञा
केते
opposite party number
intimating OP number 7
my lord
regarding disengagement of the petitioner. It is submitted that yes, what do you say?
My lord, though this order has been passed by the opposite party number 4 and communicated by the opposite party number 7, but my submission is till that has not been implemented. And other persons, junior persons, even though for them order has been passed, annex of
it is submitted that the persons junior to the the petitioners engage latter to the petitioner are still continuing in service
in spite of disengagement order.
In spite of the order of disengagement. Issue notice, Learned AG appears on behalf of the opposite parties 1 TO2 6.
My lord.
And waives notice. Let 6 extra copies be served on the Learned AG to enable her to obtain instruction and file counter. Notice to open 8 who kai party करचंदी
8 my lord, that similar persons my lord, though in spite of that not necessary at present.
Issue notice to OP7 by registered post / speed post with AD. Requisites for issuance of notice within
3 working days.
Within 3 working days be filed.
My lord.
In view of the prayer made in the petition, no notice is issued to the OP number 8 at present. The Learned AG the Learned AG para kari lekhun Learned AG in response 6 how much time? 4 weeks time to file counter. Let counter be filed within 4 weeks. Upon serving copy thereof on the Learned Counsel for the petitioner, the petitioner shall have liberty to file rejoinder. जो लिखिले जो issue notice along with this order something लिखुन. OP number 7 shall also file their response on appearance. List after pleadings are complete. Liberty to mention.
File IA.
IA issue notice as above.
Status quo, my lord, because I am continuing, my lord.
Status quo as on date regarding services of the petitioner under OP number 4 and 7. 4 and 7 shall be continued till the next date.
My lord.
चलो डेट फिक्स कर दियो तू
आगे
आज कित तारीख हला 4 weeks देले बरा 4 weeks वैसे आपण करले list in the week commencing 24th February 2025 24th February 2025 yes Mr. Moon.
Lordship, the petitioner herein seeks
Mr. H.K. Moon for the petitioner.
Issuance of a writ for reinstatement
AGA for the state. Yes. Sorry.
The petitioner seeks a writ for issuance of the writ for reinstatement into his service. He was dismissed by the government on account of his conviction in a vigilance case. The order of conviction has been stayed by this honorable court. Thereafter, I made the
Conviction has been
representation,
stayed or
but they are
sentence
not
has been
taking
stayed?
any decision.
Sentence has been stayed or conviction has been stayed?
Conviction has been stayed. Annex 2. The order of conviction doesn't operate, and accordingly, I made the representation by the Annexer 5, but they are not taking any decision on that. Lordship may kindly tell them to take the appropriate instruction in the matter.
କୋଉ ଜାଗାରେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି stay of conviction ଟା କୋଉ ଜାଗାରେ ପାଇଲେ?
Annexer 2, Lordship.
Page ମୁଁ ପାଉନି
Lordship,
ସେଟା।
Lordship. ମୁଁ ଦେଖେଇଦେବି, Lordship. Annexer 2 starts from 69 to 70.
72 ରେ କୋଉଠି ଅଛି ଯେ stay of
Link କାହିଁରେ link କରୁନ। Paging ନାହିଁ ମୋର।
bail ହେଇଗଲା, stay of fine ହେଇଗଲା, stay of conviction କୋଉଠି ହେଲା?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଦେଖୁ। Lordship may Lordship may kindly come to page Annexer 3, Lordship. Sorry, Annexer 3, Lordship. The page is Annexer 3, the last page of Annexer 3. Accordingly, the order of conviction passed against the appellant petitioner by the learned special judge vigilance Kotak and TR case number 83 is stayed suspended pending disposal of the appeal.
That is page 94, Mrs. Patnaik. Page 94, para 7. Appearance लिख ले. Hard learned counsel for the petitioner. The learned counsel for the petitioner refers to the order
By Annexer 3.
dated
Order dated.
22nd January 2024.
January 2024.
Passed in IA number 1723 of 2023. Arising out of
Criminal Appeal number 640 of 2023.
Criminal Appeal number 640 of 2023, by which the following was directed. On page 94 देखिए लिख देवे 7. Accordingly to नहीं की I is allowed पर्यंत ହେଲା. It is submitted that ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଯୋଉଟା dismissal from service ହେଇଥିଲା
ଆଜ୍ଞା Annexer 4.
That was only because of conviction, or pursuant to a departmental proceeding.
No, only because of conviction. Lordship may kindly
The learned counsel for the petitioner brings to the notice of this court the order dated 3rd of January 2024, passed by the principal secretary as per the orders of the governor of the state. Principal secretary, Department of Agriculture and Farmers Empowerment, page 95. As per the provisions contained in Rule 18 into bracket Roman small 1 of the OCS into bracket CC and A rules, 1962, after conviction of the petitioner, conclude kole chota. In by judgment dated 31/5/2023, having been held guilty under of offences under section 13(2) read with 13(1) into bracket small d of the PC Act, comma 1988 in proceeding number na
TR case
in
number
TR case number 62 of 2011 into bracket 218/2014. Lord Special Judge Vigilance Dakichi by the Lord Special Judge into bracket Vigilance Kotak. Sentence ठीक है एपट सेपट हो गला लिखि देबे कोर्ट नाटा जज को नाटा डेट तो ठीक लिखिबे. But it is submitted that since the petitioner was removed from service, dismissed from service, language कौन यूज होईची
Lordship.
Annexer केते सेटा कहउचंती
Annexer 5 more representation.
नहीं not 5.
No, said dismissal to Annexer 4.
Since the petitioner was dismissed solely on the ground of having been convicted in the criminal case, in terms by following Rule 18 into bracket small I of the OCS into bracket CC and A rules, comma 1962. After the conviction has been stayed, public suspended pending disposal of the appeal,
Criminal.
CRLA number ette, there is no further grounds for continuing the dismissal. Issue notice Lord AG upon advance copy being served appears and waives notice on behalf of the opposite parties. Let 2 extra copies be served. How much time, Mrs. Patnaik? In response, the Lord AG seeks for 4 weeks time to file counter. In view of the submission made at the bar that the criminal appeal is still pending, the learned counsel for the petitioner shall also obtain the present status of the apprise also this court apprise this court regarding the status of the appeal. List after 4 weeks. So issue notice along with this order likhibe. Counter after serving copy thereof on the learned counsel for the petitioner. The petitioner shall have liberty to file rejoinder. List after pleadings are complete, liberty to mention.
28.
Mr. Rabindra Kumar Patnaik for the petitioner, Mrs. Suman Patnaik AGA for the state, learned counsel for the petitioner, 6 accommodation. As prayed for list next week. Thank you, Mr. Das, for your time. Learned AGA.
ଆଉ ଅଧଘଣ୍ଟା ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଅଧିକା ଦେଲେ ହୁଅନ୍ତା ଭଲ.
So ସେଟା ହେଇପାରିବନି ସେଠି ତ ସେଠି ବି division bench we could not exhaust the list. That is another difficult. Lot of mentioning is there.